In this video, we're going to be learning how to cut and sew this very simple yet but beautiful and classic gown with just 1.5 yards of material but with an extended sleeve. So if this is what you want to learn how to do, how to make this gown with an extended sleeve, whether it's a long sleeve or a short sleeve, please stay tuned and watch to the end. Thank you. Now we're going to be doing this on a plain material. We have actually made this kind of gown before, but it was on a striped material. All right, so I have this on two folds. All right, and then where I have the double fold without any opening, I went ahead and marked my 3 inches. Actually, you can do this with 2 yards of material. It depends on how long you want the sleeve to be. Everything will be affected by how long you want the sleeve to be, but you can still maneuver that if you have 1 yard by adding a bit of turn up to your sleeve. Okay, and in this video I'll be showing you how to add a turn up when you're using less than 2 yards to your sleeve area. Okay, so after marking my neck width of 3 inches and neck depth of 3 inches, I went ahead and checked how much sleeve I have. So at the end of the day, I have just about 15 to 16 inches for my sleeve. All right, so at that point, at the end of the fabric, I'll be coming down by either 1.5 inches or 2 inches. It depends on your preference. Okay, all of them will still amount to the same thing. Okay, so I just worked with 2 inches, and then after my 2 inches, I will now measure out how much armhole I'll be working with. So at this point, I just came down by 10 inches, 9.5 inches, anyone that works well with him. So I just went in with 9.5 inches. Now, after this point where I marked 9.5 inches, I'll be ensuring that my bust measurement is there plus sewing allowance, because I want this gown to always be a free gown. Anytime you want to make this kind of gown, always target that is free. But if your preference is for it to be a fitted gown, please ensure that you make it fitted. So I went ahead and marked my bust measurements plus my sewing allowance plus how much freedom I want around my gown. Okay, and then I marked it. After that point, I'll go ahead and mark my waist. That's my half length area. Okay, so I marked at 17.5. Now you can actually decide not to mark this because it's a free gown. Okay, but in case you want it to be a bit fitted, I'll just show you how to do it. When you come around this your waist area, mark your waist area. Okay, now if you don't want it to be too curvy or any shape around this area, just mark a straight line down, and that's all for cutting it out. Now you can see that at this point that I'm cutting out, that I have to curve around my armhole. I forgot to tell you that please ensure that you have this curved area around your armhole. I went ahead and cut out my shoulder slant and then my neck area. Now for the neck depth for the front, like I said in the formal video, you lift one of this fabric because we have two fabrics. After cutting out this neck depth for the back for two of them, you lift one and have one still placed on. Okay, and at this point you adjust your neck area to wherever you prefer, whether 5 inches, 6 inches, whatever works for you. Okay, so place your tape around that shoulder area and then find whatever measurements that you want to work with. I hope this is clear. Please, if at any point you get confused, feel free to use the comment section to ask me any question. And if you're yet to subscribe to my YouTube channel, please kindly go ahead and subscribe and turn on your notification bell so every time I upload a video, you'll be notified. I want to use this time out to thank my new subscribers, and for the old ones, I thank you for always coming back and staying tuned. Now, at that half length, if you want to add a pocket, please from that half length mark down to 7 inches to cut out your pocket. Okay, now to cut out the facing for the gown, I folded it into two, and then I folded another fabric into two, and you can see me tracing it out. This is for the facing. So whenever you want to cut a gown and you need facing, just do it simply like this, especially if you're not using a lining or if you don't want to use a bias. Okay, now you can see how the facing looks. Okay, so this is for the front neck area. You do the same thing for the back neck area. I don't know if you consider this gown a difficult gown, but I've taught it and I'm teaching it again. This is very simple, and it depends on what you're wearing on your foot or on your legs, on your foot, that will determine how you will be looking. that what the gown will interpret. If you want it to be a casual wear, it depends on what you're wearing at your foot. If you want it to be a classic gown, what you're wearing at your foot will determine. Okay, this gown is very simple yet beautiful. Okay, so after this, I'll go ahead and join my neck areas. Okay, so I'll just join it this way and then join it. But don't forget that before you join, you fold in your sleeve area. But if you want to do a turn up, or if you want to add an extended sleeve, okay, at this point, now watch how you're going to do it. I have about this piece of fabric and I cut it to the length of my that sleeve area, and then for the width I have 2.5 inches on fold. That means when it's opened is 5 inches. I will now place that this part now, and you can see that it's on a fold. I'll place it all around my sleeve area so that I can sew on it and join it neatly. Okay, this will help that the sleeve will be extended if you are using something like 1.5 yards, if that's what you have. If you have more than 1.5 yards, all you have to do is to fold it and have enough sleeve around your around that side that you need to cut out your sleeve. But if not, this is how you would do it. Okay, and attach it, and you can actually do more than this 5 inches I'm doing. So this is how I extended my sleeve a bit. Okay, and I did it for the two sides. So after doing this, you go ahead and stitch up the shoulder areas and then towards the sides. Okay, and your gown is pretty ready. That is practically all for this gown. So tell me that this is not easy. Please try out this gown and give me feedback on what you think about this gown. Thank you so much for staying tuned up till this point. Stay tuned for more videos. Bye.